A warm welcome to match day 3 of the AFC Champions League Elite. This is an East region game between Shandong Taishan of China and Japan's Yokohama F Marinos at the Jinan Olympic Sports Centre. This is how the East Region League looks after 2 games. Both clubs have won 1 and lost 1 and have 3 points. Shandong a place higher courtesy of a goal difference. That's the weather in this part of eastern China, quite cool. Local time 8 p.m. Those are the home fans. The team news is in, and Shandong have made 3 changes to the 11 that started the 2-1 defeat at Vissel Kobe earlier this month. The big change is Marcel, who comes in at centre-back. He played in the first game, but not in the second, recalled to this one, and he will partner Yung in the centre of defence. Also in, Wu Xing Ho, he's on the, well, he's a left winger, but he could play on the right. We'll have to see how they line up. And on the other side, Zeka has been included in the team. He was a substitute in the second game, but starting this evening. So the Shandong lineup is Wang Delay in goal. He is the captain for the night. Then at right back, it's Zhao Jinwei. Then Marcel Scalesi and Zhong Zhong, the centre-backs. And Lu Yang will play at left back. The 4-man midfield, Wu Xinghan, Li Un-yi and Li Shung are the centre midfielders, with Zeka wide left. And it's a 2-man attack featuring Vako, who is the leading scorer. Valery Kiashvili is his full name. He's Georgian, but they know him as Vako. And also up front is Krizan, a Brazilian. So that's the starting lineup for the home side, Shandong. Now, the Yokohama interim head coach, John Hutchinson, has made no fewer than 6 alterations to the side that beat Ulsan 4-0 last time out. Eduardo comes in at centre-back. He was sent off in the first game, suspended for the second, but back in the starting lineup tonight. Yuta Kokai will be at right back. He also leads the side. Ren Kato and Gigi Kato are both left backs, but they've been included in defence. Kenta Inoue, right side of midfield, and Asai Yunaka, who's nominally a centre forward, but he'll play just behind Anderson Lopez. So we think it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 lineup for the visitors this evening. So in goal, Hiroki Ikura. The right back, we think, will be Yuta Kokai, and then Eduardo and Takumi Kamijima are the centre backs, with Ren Kato wide left, and he will play just in front of Kenta Inoue, who's one of the 3 attackers, playing just in front of Rico Yamane and Gigi Kato. Jan Mateus and Asai Yunaka are the 3 men who will support the lone front runner, Anderson Lopez. So that is the starting lineup for Yokohama. These 2 teams met in the quarter-finals of this competition last year. Yokohama won 3-1 on aggregate, went on to reach the final in May, where they lost to the eventual champions Al Ain. And then a slow start to the J-League campaign by Yokohama was followed by a run of defeats in July, and that meant the end for Harry Kuehl, the manager who was sacked. Now, under interim boss Hutchinson, Yokohama lost their opening game in this competition with a wild one at Guangzhou. Well, that's An understatement. They went down 7-3, steadied the ship last time out with a 4-0 win at home to Ulsan. They qualified for the tournament as runners-up in the J-League last year, but they're way off the pace this season. On Friday, they drew 0-0 at home to Albirex Niigata to leave them 12th in the table. But they are in the semi-finals of the Emperor's Cup, where they play Gamba Osaka on Sunday. So that's a possible route for them back into the Champions League Elite next season. As for Shandong, they were runners-up in the Chinese Super League last year, and qualified for this first edition of the AFC Champions League Elite through the playoffs, beating Bangkok United on penalties back in August. On matchday 1, they beat Central Coast Mariners of Australia 3-1, but then lost away at Kobe. On Friday in the league, Shandong beats Chairman Jinmen Tiger 4-1 at home, 5th in the table, can't qualify for next season's edition of this tournament through league position, but they too have an opportunity through their cup competition. They are in the final of the Chinese FA Cup and will qualify if they win. A reminder of the new format of this competition for this season. 24 teams are taking part in 2 leagues, 12 clubs in the West and East regions. Each team plays 8 games against different opposition. The league phase ends in mid-February, and the top 8 from each region qualify for the round of 16, which is over 2 legs, home and away in March. The remaining 8 teams then go to Saudi Arabia for the quarterfinals in late April, and then the semi-finals before the final on May the 4th. So here is confirmation of the Shandong Taishan lineup. And Vako number 10 is on 2 yellow cards. I think they'll line up 4-4-2. It's an attacking formation, but they are at home in front of their own fans. And plenty of options on the bench for the home side. You may notice that Tang Chan, the assistant coach, is in charge this evening. Their regular coach was caught up in a scandal in South Korea, and he's been suspended. But he still takes training and presumably still picks the team. 2 captains. Wong Delay, the keeper for Shandong. Koke for the visitors. The referee for this game is Omar Al Ali from the United Arab Emirates. His on-field colleagues are also from the UAE, as is the video assistant referee Mohammed Obaid, who will look at goals, penalties, straight red cards and cases of mistaken identity. John Hutchinson has rolled the dice with this lineup, as I said, making a whole host of changes. They'll play with just Anderson Lopez up front, but they'll look at those 3 lads behind him, Mateus, Yunaka and Inui, to give him support. Some big names are left out of the starting 11 this evening, but they are an option if required from the bench. This is the 7th meeting between the 2 clubs. Yokohama have the upper hand with 4 wins. There's yet to be a draw in the contest between the 2. The most recent meeting, as I mentioned, the Champions League two-legged quarter-final back in March, which Yokohama won 3-1 on aggregate. So a little bit of recent history. And all to play for. On paper, this should be a very competitive game. Yokohama a little bit all over the place in their first two games. And we are underway in the Jinan Olympic Sports Centre, less than half full, but nevertheless a healthy crowd in. And the home side in orange, the visitors in blue. Early free kick for Shandong. Kamijima turning and getting it safely back to his goalkeeper Ikura with his first touch of the game, and a little bit of space on this near side for Gigi Kato. And that's an accurate ball. Inoue. Yamane helps it on. Inaka made the run, didn't reach him. Yamane tidies up. And Eduardo, who's an imposing figure at the back, has given the ball away, and Shandong immediately go long. Krizan the target. Third year at the club. Oh, and here's an early opportunity and blocked. Away for a corner. Jan Mateus getting away on the right-hand side. And Shandong were at full stretch. That is the assistant coach, Tang Chan. Who is standing in for Choi Kang-hee, who, as I mentioned, is suspended. Corner is a really good one, and Eduardo wins another one. He's going to be a handful. He's a tall man. And Shandong have put Zhong, their tall centre half, on him as a marker. And that's a contest worth keeping an eye on. This one again goes to the back post. And there is a flag for offside on the far side, acknowledged by Eduardo. Brazilian centre-back. And Wang Delay skippering the side. Had a very good game in their first outing against the Central Coast Mariners. Proved very difficult to beat. Plenty of blue shirts back. Zeka chasing with Krizan. It is an all-Brazilian attack, it looks like. They will play 4-4-2. Krizan is the one who's dropping into midfield. number 9. He's the one with a few extra defensive responsibilities. Eduardo once more on the ball. Rico Yamane. It's very congested. No time on the ball at all. Paco shrugged off one challenge. Couldn't escape the second. A good tempo to the first 5 minutes of this game. Jan Mateus. Well, that ball was out of play, surely. And the corner has been awarded, so good work from Mateus. And it will be who delivers the set piece. Anderson Lopez also a target. This goes near post, and the flick was off target. But once again, Eduardo, who's strong in the air and on the ground, was the man they looked for at set pieces. Jung just ahead of Lopez. And then forward once more. It's a little bit aimless. Boot was high, but the offside flag was up. You can tell it's a little bit parky because the referee is wearing gloves and one or two of the players are as well. A little bit cold, I should say. Here's one of those in gloves, Kamijima. Both had pretty average seasons in their respective leagues by their own standards, and both are reliant on cup competitions to qualify for this tournament next season, as the offside flag goes up once again. Oh, that was very tight. John Hutchinson played international football for Malta. He's an Australian and the interim coach, taking over after the dismissal of Harry Kewell. They kept him on, but as he's found out, it is a tricky job. Of course, they've been very successful over the last few years. Jung turns and clears. Yamane. Neat and tidy from Inui, and once more. Tried to play the 1-2, was blocked off, not going to get a foul for that. Look lively. It's very untidy from Marcel, who acknowledges his error, and he's put his team under pressure. Naka with the throw. Another corner. So Yokohama enjoying the best of territory and possession. Shandong being pinned back a little bit in the opening 10 minutes of this game. Comes back to the corner taker, but there's a player down. Eduardo was once again the player making a run towards the near post. I'm not quite sure how the referee is going to deal with this. Was it a foul? I think it was, because Krizan got his head to the ball first, so I think the game will restart with a free kick to Shandong. And Eduardo is causing problems from set pieces. He's going to have a bump on the head. He may be a little bit concerned about his team's start. They haven't really done very much, especially in the Yokohama half. He's got to figure out a way to play further up the field. But there's no press from Shandong. They're content to get into their defensive shape inside their own half, and that's inviting Yokohama on. It looks like Shandong happy to play on the break. Doesn't really tally with the 4-4-2 formation that the coach has sent out. Maybe have two forwards who are not really a part of the action, and especially in the opponent's penalty area when they have to be back in their own half defending. Very hard to establish a rhythm when you're playing on the counter-attack. First yellow card of the game. Late from Krizan. Covering from the centre half, Jung, who read that all the way. He looks like a centre half. He is 35, but 17 caps for China. Krizan. Oh, given away. Gao Jianwei was a little bit slow on the ball. Nui in field. Well won by Zeka. For the first time, a little bit of space and the crowd are into it. The shot is an odd one. It must have taken a deflection, or was he trying to pass? Maybe a miscue from Krizan, but for the first time, Shandong Still, look at that, 3 defenders around 1 attacker. Krizan staying on side, he did well to get the ball, and it was a miscue. I think it was an attempted shot, trying to bend it into the far corner. Good work, though, from Zeka to win the ball. Oh, that's an excellent pass. Will the flag stay down? Jan Mateus, if he could have collected that, was through on goal. It's a lovely bending pass from this near side. Needed heading away. Nice lead, and across the face of goal, Flo Inouye. He has looked lively in this opening quarter of an hour, and he was very close to the target there. Goalkeeper, I think, had it covered. That was a near miss, and it must have taken a nick on the way through. Allowed to bounce. And now he wins another corner. A lot of questions being asked of the Shandong defence. They've answered them so far. Jan Mateus. Anderson Lopez was the target that time. Yamane tidying up. Renkato is the last man. Possible opening here. Oh, and the cross was looking for Anderson Lopez. Just wondered if the shot might have been on then. Inouye, oh, clever. Couldn't pick the pass, though. Krizan, subtle touch. Good covering, though, from Rico Yamane. Lopez trying to hustle a mistake, and they've given it away, and Yokohama have it back and then calm it down. Certainly on top in midfield. Krizan, errant pass. Crowd really into it every time Shandong go forward. Tackle from behind, foul, says the referee. Tidy play from Yunaka, shielding the ball. Congested in the middle, little bit of space out wide. That was meant for Lopez. Not sure why the goalkeeper didn't pick that up. Didn't quite come off. Zeka. It's a bit of shirt pulling there. Here he is again. It's the second time. That pass has been on, but he hasn't quite managed to pull it off yet. The first one was intercepted, the second one behind Beko. Shandong have it back. Little ball forward. Crucial interception. And any momentum is lost with a poor ball down the line from Zhong. Wu Xinghan has had enough of Inui, dumping him on the ground. Inui has been one of the more effective players so far in this game. Midway through the first half. Goalless and pretty much chanceless so far. Perhaps not for long though. Oh, the referee's going to have a look at that. Kamijima, shoulder to shoulder with Zeka. Man down, but play on, says the referee. That was a significant moment there. And they're going to, I think, play the ball out of play. It's a yellow card coming, I think. Is that for Ren? Or is it for the skipper Koike? It's for the skipper Koike. Just ran him off the ball. And to be fair, there were no big appeals from the Shandong players. But they were certainly in. And perhaps needed someone with just a touch more pace to get clear of the defensive cover. Anderson Lopez picks up the loose ball. Inoue. Don't think Kato is going to reach that. Yamane. Captain hooks it forward. Ball just won't drop for a blue shirt. that will be a foul. It's taken quickly. And Zeka is on his way. He'll settle for a corner. So now it's the turn of Yokohama to feel some set-piece pressure. And there are some big guys in the Shandong team. Yuan Yi swings it over. Really good defending. There's more to do, though. Zhao Jinwei has done well. Vako turns away. Shot on the turn. Could have caught the keeper by surprise. Given away. Game is opening up a little bit. Kenta Inui. Eduardo again with the foul. Brazilian on Brazilian. Jan Mateus doing some defending on that far side. They've looked to get in behind him once or twice without success. Wu Xinghan lays it back. Vako closely marked. He's getting into the game a little bit more, is the number 10. Was lucky to get a touch there. Anderson Lopez does well to hold the ball up. Yamane. Gigi Kato. Lots of orange shirts back. Footwork from Kato. He has it again. Move breaks down. But Yokohama will retain possession. They're turning the screw a little bit here on Shandong. Defence is on top at the moment. Very nearly half an hour played, and can't recall a goalkeeper having to make a save. As Wang Delay lets his defenders sort it out. Zhao Jinwei with the clearance. Really good corner again from Mateus, but well defended. Krizan's touch was going to be a tackle. Trying to get away from Kato, who stood up to the physical challenge and legally said the referee. Mateus on this near side now, and with a little bit of room to stretch his legs, and I think there was an attempted cross. He's claiming he was pushed in the back. Ended up in an innocuous shot. The crowd are booing because they think Mateus dived, but he is claiming that he had a nudge in the back as he was about to deliver the ball. Eduardo prevents it getting through to Zeka. First error from Kenta Inouye, who has swapped sides with Jan Mateus, but just straight beyond the last man. Kamijima, good defensive work from him. And again, he's winning his duels. Yeah, Mateus in the middle of the park, that was asking a little bit too much of him by Anderson Lopez. Marcel goes long. Eduardo, and it's come through to Anderson Lopez, and the little step over. Thought about shooting, then gets crowded out. He stays down. Yokohama carry on. Jan Mateus. Yamane. Here's the skipper, Koike. Anderson Lopez is back on his feet, and the shot straight into the midriff of a defender. That was on target. Yokohama have it back. Nobody to aim at, nobody making a run. Anderson Lopez is, what, 10 yards outside the area? Just a little short of options there. Hasn't really had much joy, Krizan, so far. Paco wins it back. It's a good ball. So many blue shirts, though, in attendance. Play on, says the referee. Krizan forced back. 3 Yokohama players around him. Here he is again, Krizan. And that's a mistake from Renkato. Ball didn't reach Zaka. Jan Mateus is bundled over, free kick. 10 minutes to go until the break. And this has been the pattern for the first 35 minutes or so. Yokohama with plenty of the ball, but Shandong solidly set in a low block. And Yokohama have found it difficult to break down. And to be fair to the visitors, they've coped pretty well with any counter-attack that has come along. And that's why we have a stalemate. Late. It's Liu Yang, I think, who... Yep, it is. Third yellow card of the game. Lunging challenge. I knew he couldn't reach it. Him and Mateus have swapped sides again. Hiseka has to hold up the ball. Krizan helps it out. Oh, and it evaded everybody. Took a flick though. And Vako will have a corner. To send it over, plenty to aim at. Well defended though. Yunaka is fooled. So a really good piece of play, but then the final ball from Lee Shun, well, the shot was anything but. It's ambitious from Koke, and they've given it away. Vako skips past the challenge of Kamijima. Anderson Lopez, look how deep he's playing. Just to get into the game. First time shot. I think was going wide, but the keeper didn't want to take any chances, and really it was routine in the end. Jan Mateus steps in. Won it back though, in a dangerous part of the field, and the attempted reverse ball just didn't quite come off. Vako still has it though. Krizan was the intended target. Vako, good block. Intelligent pass out wide, but well defended. Shandong pressing, and Krizan knew he was offside. And the move comes to nothing, but moment of alarm in the Yokohama defence. Excellent challenge, Wu Xinghan. Can they launch an attack from here? Marcel thought about going forward, then checks. Vako. Marcel had time. First time ball just quickens the pace. Better from Shandong. Again, the accuracy of the pass just kills the momentum. Zeka in the middle. Here's Krizan. One back by Zeka, and a shot into the corner of the net. That was craft. Picked his spot, passed the ball into the bottom corner. Fabulous goal, almost from nothing. First chance of the game. And Krizan buries it. Really well taken. Seemed to be nothing on. And just steers it beyond the goalkeeper. Second goal of the competition for him. And it was a good one. It's what the game needs. And Krizan with a well-crafted finish. They have to concentrate on defending though at the moment. Their tails are up now. Here is the goal scorer, withstanding a challenge or two. Vako. Krizan wins a free kick. Very demoralising for Yokohama. They've been in control of the game. And had the Shandong attack shackled, but just a little bit of class from that man. Just the 1 minute of stoppage time. Goalkeeper stays at home, still there, bouncing around. And the shot is blocked, and Yokohama have to get to half-time without conceding again. Shandong have just upped the tempo, upped the pace. Given away. Very tight. And that is half-time, and you can hear the whistle has been greeted with a great roar from the home crowd. They have taken a late lead in the first half through Krizan with a side foot finish, passing it into the goal from just outside the area. Before that, there really wasn't much to talk about, just 3 yellow cards, and then Krizan scoring just a minute before the break. Half-time, Shandong 1, Yokohama 0. Welcome back to the second half. A late goal in that first half from that man. The difference between the two sides. Shandong 1, Yokohama 0. And off we go for the second period. Yokohama with it all to do in their second half. A body blow just before half-time, and they're defending already. To me, the goalkeeper had a serious save to make in that first half until Ikura was picking the ball out of his net in the 44th minute. Shandong defended really well in that first half. And Yokohama showing lots of endeavour, but lacking cutting edge up front. Anderson Lopez hasn't really had a look in the game. They're certainly neat and tidy in the build-up play, Yokohama, but the last third, they have not done it at all. Zone turning. Comes out this near side, Lu Yang. Asking a little bit too much of him. Vako with the pass. Unaka. Inoue. And again. Mistake, gives up possession. Kato forward. Pass the ball around really nicely. There's nothing wrong with Yokohama's approach play and their very technical side. Need more from their forwards. It's deflected and easy for the goalkeeper. Just for housekeeping, I mentioned that Krizan scored on 44. It's been given as 43. So just to clear that up. Scoring in the 43rd minute to give for Shandong the lead in this Champions League Elite encounter. Match day 3, and both the teams came into this game with a loss and a defeat. And new format for this tournament. 24 teams taking part. They're in 2 leagues of 12, divided into the West and East. It's been traditional. That's a really good tackle. Ball just running for Shandong at the moment. And they're winning the 50-50s. Be a free kick in a dangerous area. Yeah, so 12 teams, the top 8 will qualify for the second round. Now that's a more traditional home and away tie, and the 8 teams who get through that will then go to Saudi Arabia for the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, and then the final on May the 4th. Shot is blocked, kind rebound. Oh, that's a poor clearance from Eduardo. Vaco sets up the cross once more, and the header is off the line. Brilliant defending from Eduardo. That's weak and fired towards goal and wide. A half chance for Vaco. Really good defending. Eduardo away, his goalkeeper, I fancy, was beaten. That wasn't a great defensive header from Gigi Katko, but they get away with it. Oh, a chance. Goalkeeper spilled it, but he makes amends with a save at the near post. Wang Delay has hurt himself, but somehow the ball got through to Asaya Yunaka, number 14. You can see him on the far post. Important second save. Putting his body on the line. Good goalkeeping. He was just trying to shovel it away, just keep it out with the first save, which he did. That is the closest that Yokohama have come. John Hutchinson would want to see more from his forwards in the second half. Look at some of the skill and craft of Krizan. He's a handful. And this is the goal. Beautifully struck. Anderson Lopez settles for a second corner in quick succession. Nodded on by Eduardo, and in by Anderson. Anderson Lopez, and Shandong undone by the set piece. Really good start to the second half for the visitors. And the corner picked out the big man, Eduardo. His flick on, Anderson Lopez unmarked, nods home from close range. Look at this from Eduardo. Lovely. It just didn't pick up the 10. And it's 1-1. Excellent delivery, excellent header to find Lopez. And he couldn't really miss from there. Anderson Lopez with the goal on 54. And whatever was said at half-time in the Yokohama dressing room is playing out on the pitch. Marcel had to be careful. And he steps in again. It's good anticipation. Here's Krizan. And still Krizan. Vacco was waiting. And the volley is a yard wide. Kamajima very easily. Goalkeeper was scrambling. Eduardo in the way of the shot. Foul, free kick, Yokohama. Zeka has to be careful, just backheeling the ball away. Need to get a man across to Renkato, but his ball was a poor one. Now Jan Mateus, one-on-one. This could be a problem for Shandong, and Jan Mateus forgets to take the ball with him. Marcel stood up to him well. Helped on by Koke. Lovely skill. The ball had gone out of play beforehand, though. Kamijima. Renkato had stayed forward, and the ball, it is a good one, and the goalkeeper didn't move. Just needed the faintest of touches. Or maybe it did get the faintest of touches. The throw-in was a quick one. Can't be offside. I think it did come off a defender. A little bit lucky there, Shandong. They're on the back foot, and now they face another set piece. Same side from which they conceded a few minutes ago. Xinyan away. Zeka. Krizan manages to take it in his stride. Krizan once more. He's everywhere at the moment, the Brazilian. Jung. A little bit of space here. The shot was surely on. The shot is on now and deflected away for a corner. Just a little bit too much space and time on the edge of the area given by Yokohama. An hour played, 1-1. Goal at the end of the first half and a goal pretty soon after the restart. Suggested in the pre-match build-up that this was going to be tight and competitive, and that's exactly how it's proved to be. And the header is easy. Marcel was backtracking when he made contact, couldn't get the power on it that he wanted. To the back post, Jan Mateus nods it down. Anderson Lopez was almost in there. It'll be a Yokohama throw. Difficult ball for Anderson Lopez to take, and he used his arm to control it. So first the substitutes of the game. Sin Lee is one of those to come on. And also entering the fray is Lu Bin Bin. He's a left winger. Sin Lee is an attacking midfielder, so a couple of enterprising changes from the Shandong coaching team. Really positive changes, sending a message they want to win this game. On by Inoue. 1-2 works. And draws the foul. The referee is reaching for his pocket. Just a couple of minutes on the pitch for Lu Bin Bin, and he's booked. Probably worth giving up a yellow card for that, because Yokohama were in behind them. Now Bin Bin is part of the two-man wall. Didn't really get past the first man. Opportunity now for Shandong can break, and that's a pullback. That surely, well, if the referee comes back for that, that will be a yellow card. Crowd don't like it. It was a pullback, but referee allowed play to go on and declined the opportunity to show the yellow card. Anderson Lopez shoots, deflected and wide. He hasn't had many sights of goal. He's taken the one he did have, and that was a decent effort. Goalkeeper was scrambling way to his right-hand side, and now it's Yokohama's turn to make a substitution. So number 20 is Junimano. He's an attacking midfielder. Ryo Miyachi is also on. Good skill from Krizan. Couldn't quite thread it through. So both sides making attacking changes. Both sides feeling that maximum points can be gained here. I think the referee's listening to something. I'm not quite sure what it is. So play resumes. It's so tight. Jan Mateus can't quite believe that wasn't given as a foul. He stands there, hands on hips. Meanwhile, play goes on. Still moaning at the referee. Clever. Cross will be retrieved by Bin Bin. 1-2 doesn't quite come off. Still there though for Shandong. Goalkeeper lets it run across the face of goal. Zeka was the target, just above him. Anderson Lopez. Hits it against the defender. Bounces kindly. Oh! The outstretched boot of Marcel was vital there. Get the feeling there is another goal in this game. We're into the last 20 minutes. Both teams should be fit enough. They're coming towards the end of their season in the east of Asia. Of course, players will be carrying niggles and they're in here. Oh, the first touch was really poor, and it allowed the goalkeeper and the defender to make the challenge. Giuliano. That was a really good opportunity. Good defending, brave defending from Gao Jinwei. So keep an eye on number 20. Here he is. That touch there is just too heavy. It just gets away from him. He has to take another touch to try and get it past them, but it was too close to them. Those lads hoping to get a game. Lopez hoping to stay on. So we take another look at his goal. Couldn't really miss, could he? But it was his movement, his anticipation. The ball bounced ahead of him, but he was just there, ready and waiting. Shandong have a free kick. Li pokes it through early. Oh, really good defending, excellent defending, and draws the foul as well. Great concentration. We often hear about defenders losing concentration, but that was a case of a defender really keeping his wits about him. Top class from Takumi Kamijima. Jan Mateus, promising. Anderson Lopez couldn't get it through, but it's still there for Yokohama. Ryo Miyachi. Almost to reach Lopez. Marcel made it sure it didn't. Cross comes in again, and it's Marcel again who gets it away. Yokohama playing with the energy at the moment. They're the ones forcing the pace. And they're the ones hoping to profit yet again from a set piece. Eduardo was the target, and the drive is well wide. You can see that Wang Delay, the Shandong captain, really wants to get on with it. Miyachi sent in a couple of decent crosses already. That one, though, not quite up to scratch. Well won back, though. Anderson Lopez has it. 2 for company. Jan Mateus has a go first time. And they're in again. Mano has done it again. Had such a good chance. He knows it. That's 2 chances he's had since he's come on as a substitute. That one was harder than the first. More substitutes for Yokohama. Matsubara is one of those to come on. And the other is Kuta Watanabe. A little bit surprised not to see him in the starting lineup, the number 6. He'll take up station in central midfield. Krizan, beaten by the bounce, goes down heavily. Play goes on. There's no real... Well, the Yokohama players are right to say, why has it stopped? It's not a head injury. And really, it was a slip. I mean, it's really self-inflicted. So why the referee is stopping the game? I mean, that's not a foul. The defender wins the ball. I suppose you could argue it's a slightly heavy contact after the ball has gone, but I think the Yokohama players are right to question why that was stopped. He's running out of time. He's worked very hard. It may just be a question of a little bit of cramp or tiredness. I think he will be happy, well, happier with a point away from home. But if it stays like this, both coaches and both teams will feel they could have had maximum points with a little bit sharper finishing, especially Yokohama. 2 chances for Yunomano. So changes for the home side. Si Ven-yong, who plays on the right wing, wears 23. And 27 is Shuoke, and he's a centre-back. One substitute remaining for each team. We are approaching the last 10 minutes. That's given us a foul. Both teams had the weekend to rest and prepare for this encounter, both playing on Friday. So some of the distances teams have to travel in the Asian Champions League are vast, and not quite the case in this one. But the new format, it is an interesting one because it's not home and away anymore, and you play 8 different teams, and it would only be fair to make teams travel roughly the same distance. That's a headache for the organisers to solve. We are now into the last 10 minutes. Lopez will do well to keep that ball in, but keep it in he has. Oh, and he's retrieved it into the penalty area. That will be a goal kick. Good energy late in the game from the Brazilian, the scorer. I mean, so much of football at this level, not just in Asia, but certainly in Europe as well, is our Brazilians against your Brazilians. That's pretty much how it's playing out in this game. 2 Brazilians on the score sheet. Yokohama is getting into the good positions, and Anderson Lopez. Well, was that goal bound? If it was, that was a crucial touch to take it over the crossbar. Did really well to adjust his body. It was a good contact. And I know we've been critical of Yokohama, who's come on as a substitute, missing 2 opportunities, but he's getting himself in some really good positions and he's causing problems. He's making an impact, and that's all the coach can ask for a substitute. Trots over to take the corner. Eduardo is beaten in the air. Lovely take from Vaco. Orange shirt streaming forward. Momentum is still there. Yokohama gets back and commits a foul. Tackle from behind. Crowd are baying for a yellow card, and they get their wish. Anderson Lopez away. Jan Mateus is the one trying to close everybody down. Krizan couldn't direct a header to a teammate. It's a good cross. Marcel was up there, booted away. Some desperate defending from Yokohama. Fung Sin Lee. Looks long. Trying to wiggle through was Krizan. He reads the game so well. He's a really good all-round footballer. Very technical, got an eye for goal, no doubt about that. Good anticipation, good work rate. He may not be the quickest, but he's certainly the best footballer on the pitch. Should be the goalkeeper's, but he judges it well and lets it run out of play. On the full, less than 5 minutes to go. Oh, nick through. Jan Mateus to win it! Killer goal! 4 minutes remaining. The crowd falls silent. He may well have just won the game for the visitors. You could sense he was lining it up. And with his left foot, he curls it beautifully past the goalkeeper. Bang! Super strike. Crucial goal. Goalkeeper no chance. It's brilliant. Oh, that is a stunning intervention from Jan Mateus. Less than 3 minutes to play. And it's another Brazilian on the score sheet. And you have to wonder if Shandong have anything left to create another chance. They've done very little in this second half. I mean, in fairness, they've done very little in the game, especially in front of goal. There have been 8 substitutes, so there will be time to add on as Yokohama start mucking around with it at the back, which they haven't done the whole game. Their mindset has now changed. They're better off sticking with the original game plan, which is to go forward. Don't sit back and let Shandong have the ball. They have players that will hurt them. You just feel that Yokohama, they had 2 or 3 chances in this second half, a couple of them falling to Yanamano, the substitute. They were the ones creating opportunities. They were the ones most likely to score, and that's how it's turned out. And we are now into the last minute of normal time. Tough challenge on Miyachi, who's now down, and Yokohama kicked the ball out of play and then asked the referee why didn't stop it if they stopped it for Krizan. Oh, well, that's a foul for me. That's a late challenge, and it's a foul. the referee has missed that one. He hasn't missed much, to be fair. He's had a pretty good game. Shown the yellow card when it was warranted. He's kept control. But that was perhaps an omission on his part. Very sporting from Shandong. Even though they are 2-1 down, they give the ball back. And it has been played in a pretty good spirit. There's been no flare-up between the players. Difficult to tell from here, but there doesn't seem to have been too many words exchanged or confrontations, and it makes life much easier for the referee. Very quiet in the crowd. They need to raise their team. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Final substitution for Yokohama. Jan Mateus, scorer of a sublime late goal, takes his leave. And Mitanuma comes on as a substitute. He was a substitute in the second game. He's got a goal in him. Goalkeeper stays. They want a penalty. It's hit the crossbar and in! The goal stands! Mateus' effort won't be a winner in stoppage time. Shandong have come up with an equaliser. Scrappy it may be, but the ball is in the back of the net. And it is the big centre-half. Jung with it. They wanted a penalty there, they weren't going to get it. The header comes off the crossbar, he follows it up, it's brave. Goalkeeper did well to tip it onto the crossbar. Well, an exciting last 4 or 5 minutes. And it does now look like Shandong have rescued a point from this game. He looks like a centre-half. He heads like a centre-half. What's happening here? There's a yellow card for somebody. One of the coaching staff. Maybe he came onto the pitch to equalise, to celebrate the equaliser. He's happy to take the yellow. Adds a little bit more time on. Well, that's cheered the home fans up. Straight at the goalkeeper. It's really important that Yokohama keep the ball, because Shandong fancy this now. Lu Yang. Vako trying to chest it down. The offside flag is up on that far side. We're in stoppage time of stoppage time. And the referee brings it to a close. 2-2 the final score. Krizan put the home side ahead just before the interval with a clever side-footed finish that he passed into the net. And then 54, just 10 minutes after the restart, Anderson Lopez on the end of a flick on from a corner, an open goal for him. That was 1-1. It did look like the game was going to finish like that. And then Jan Mateus with a superb, crisp, left-footed finish from the edge of the area, made it 2-1 on 87. That looked like it was done and dusted. But up came that man, Jung Jung, the big centre-half with the big smile. It was a scrappy goal. His first header was pushed onto the crossbar. His second ended up in the back of the net. Final score, Shandong 2, Yokohama 2.